told you people try to come in here, dude.
I didn't know. All right, so are we ready? In 3, 2, 1.
Jews are bad people. Oh, shit, sorry. Start again?
All right, let's try it again. In 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody, and welcome to P3E, the greatest podcast, because we use double the kids.
Yes.
This is episode 2.
It sounds a lot better with some energy. You gotta be like, welcome to P3E Podcast, where we use double the kids.
I like that better. You're a better radio personality than me. I'm more suited for NPR. Anyway,
introduce.
Not to take up any more of your time, I'm Angelo, and I'm here to serve you.
What?
I'm Garrett, and yeah.
I'm Scott.
I'm Chris.
Dude, that's got to be rapid fire next time.
All right.
That took so long.
Just like,
I'm Scott. Hold on, wait 5 minutes.
We're still
before you say
getting
it.
used to it. We're still getting used to it. All right, so let's get into it. As we always do here on P3E, we try to get a little article going. As usually something interesting to pique your interest, to keep you involved throughout the whole podcast. Today's article, the headline reads, "Artist kills 9,000 in the name of art."
like 9,000 people?
You know, that keeps it pretty ambiguous. That seems kind of crazy.
It's not that many. It's a pretty insignificant number.
Let me
9,000, that's not too
okay.
many people.
There's a lot more. There's a lot
I'm
more.
going to take the risk and make the internet joke and say that it was not over 9,000.
Okay, it's he was doing an art installation titled "In and Out of Love." It was shown
And he
at
killed
the
9,000?
Yes, he killed 9,000. Consisted of just 2 white and windowless rooms filled with live butterflies. Oh, it's butterflies.
Wait.
Whizzing around.
Wait, go
part of a
again. He
larger-
killed 9,000 butterflies.
Butterflies, yes.
That's interesting.
How do you you just call someone up and it's like, I want 9,000 butterflies, please, so I can kill them for art.
Oh,
You
well,
order
he
that-
started out with them live, but then...
Yes, but how did he get 9,000 live
It's
butterflies?
just butterflies are us.
He looked in the
Because that's
butterflies.
totally a place.
You guys don't know about that?
He looked in butterfly section of eBay or something.
Yeah, butterfly section. They have an entire section devoted by butterfly.
So...
Not just animals, just butterflies.
It's like $1.99 a piece.
Actually, this brings up a great point. Animal rights activists are furious about this.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
Of course.
They hate it.
It sounds horrible.
A quote from
Speaking
an
of
RSPCA representative says, "In this so-called art exhibition, butterflies are forced to exist in this artificial environment of a closed room for their entire lives. There would be national outcry if the exhibition involved any other animal,
Listen,
such as a dog."
Angela, I feel like you're undermining the lives lost of the butterflies in this situation by doing that.
Hey,
That's
speaking of
I'm
animal
pretty
rights activists, have any of you guys played the PETA Pokemon game?
Oh, the black and blue.
Yes.
Yes, it's quite funny. As soon as one of Pikachu's moves was protest, and that actually weakened the scientist, I knew this game was crap.
It was pretty crappy.
By the way, my sensitivity toward butterflies is just a joke. You know how many butterflies I killed last week?
How many?
89,000.
Wow, you beat
89,000.
his record.
89,000.
89,000. So I got 80,000 on this guy. And I didn't make any art.
Just did it for fun.
Yeah,
You just did it for the thrill.
exactly.
For the
I think
kicks.
that's worse.
For the kicks.
But,
well, what
so
I do is I just peel pieces of their wings off one by one. And am I a sociopath?
Maybe.
All right, I want to know, if you peel pieces of their wings off one by one, how did you come up with the time to kill 89,000 of them?
Well, I mean, I have, machines going.
Wait.
But isn't the
Wait,
whole point
what?
of pulling them off the
Yes.
fact that you want to have, you want to have the pleasure of pulling them off?
That's true. I just watch them move around. I don't know. I'm
And
done
laughs
bringing this joke into
hysterically.
reality.
You
done.
thought you could take it to the next level.
I'm
and
done
just,
discussing the practicality of this.
Abort.
Abort.
Fuck it, bad joke. Fuck it.
Fuck it. Never mind.
All right, so now we've gone from...
Wait, when did they die, though? Because you said they started out
They
as
started
alive.
out living, but because of the installation, like because of them living in the environment,
Yeah.
they died. So it's not
Okay.
that he physically killed them.
He just let them
He
die.
just
on their
let
own.
them
Didn't
die.
help
He's
them at
like
all.
the villain in Saw. He just lets
Yes.
them. He doesn't actually kill anyone.
But I think that's the thing. I guess what they're mad about is that he's putting them in this artificial quote unquote environment, and he's not trying to make it like a actual livable environment. It's just a a
Right.
gallery in a
Right.
in a thing.
Well,
I
what
would
I do
think-
is I take cats and I staple their tails to walls, and then if they die, I'm not to blame.
You're not.
But I guess what I'm saying is, I always think that art doesn't really need to have a purpose, because that's what we're actually learning about right now, is that you don't really need a purpose behind your art. But if we look at this, can't you just go to a butterfly museum to get the same effect? So why does he have to do this?
Artists, they want
In
to
this
try
way.
and they
They
have
wanna
their
innovate.
vision, and they want to fulfill that vision as best as they can.
But what do you mean by artists don't need a purpose? They need a message, right? That's the whole point of art. You need
not
to send
necessarily.
Actually, that's the interesting thing. That's
What's
what
the
I always
interesting
thought
thing?
too. It doesn't need a message.
It doesn't need a
purpose.
message? I
Art
don't know.
is solely there just for the purpose of art. That's
I mean, I
what
get
art is
that
for.
for
It's
like
there
aesthetic
for-
value, like.
Not even aesthetic. See, you're looking at it the wrong way.
Okay.
You have to look at the art solely for the art. Now, it might arise
Yeah, but how
a message.
do you judge art?
You judge it however you wanna
Exactly.
judge it,
It's very
which is
subjective.
partially why I don't judge art.
That's not why you're not an art judge.
No, it doesn't.
Dude, I go to museums and I stare at a painting for a while, and then I hold up like a number, like at the fucking Olympics. Like I just get 10 in front of the painting.
Oh god. But yeah, I would think that look cool. Is there a picture of it?
The only picture is him posing in front of, I assume, a photograph of all these butterflies.
We can
I
use
would
this.
think it look cool though. I mean, just imagine that
It
9,000
looks-
butterflies, just all.
I
on
mean,
the
it doesn't
floor.
even look like real butterflies right there.
Oh, here we are. He actually, those are real butterflies. So this is made from butterflies.
But look at his face.
It's so beautiful.
He looks like a psychopath in this picture.
He really does.
And look at this old woman enjoying butterflies. I'm sorry, I'm talking about things that the audience can't see right now.
So it looks like it not only was it that he released the live butterflies, he did actually make an installation of like butterfly art. I mean, he supplied fruit for him. We're looking at, there's a bowl of fruit with butterflies. So in the installation there
Yeah,
was
but they all died.
fruit.
It's like,
I
well,
mean-
at least they had a good meal before they went.
No, but I mean, it's not. I don't know. They're butterflies. It's not like he used endangered butterflies. He just used common variety.
Guys, I'm going to defend the butterflies on this one, since everyone's
Oh
against
my
them.
god, defend the butter. Always Scott taking on.
Listen, you know me and butterflies.
Yeah.
I
What
can't
is it
get enough
with
of 'em.
you and butterflies, Scott? What is your?
There's nothing with me and butterflies. I respect them as a species. I wouldn't want them to do that to me, so I'm not going
That's
to do it to
true.
them. That's the golden rule, people.
But they're butterflies.
They are butterflies, but aren't we all butterflies?
That makes no fucking sense.
Yeah,
All right,
that makes
I
absolutely
think
no
that's
sense.
too intellectual for our audience. Not to say that our audience is
You
stupid.
just insulted
It's
our
not-
entire audience.
No, it's not to say that they're stupid. It's that we're
They came for a comedy podcast.
Yeah, they came for
not
a comedy-
For
like,
deep,
they're
aren't
not
we
for
all
this
butterflies
deep-
shit.
What I'm saying is funny.
Introspective.
What I'm saying is funny.
Oh,
If you
man.
guys don't get it, then it's going over
you
your
know
heads.
what? It's too meta. You're blowing our minds.
The audience is with me. Trust me.
Okay.
Audience.
If the audience is with, if
The
the
20
audience,
people that watched
if
this.
the audience is with me,
Hey, I am
snap your
proud-
fingers.
I am proud of each and every 20 of those people that we got.
Yeah.
Because
Wasn't
they,
if you count up to 43 though?
But you gotta count for
half of
multiple
those were from
viewings.
me.
Yeah.
So
Half of those were from
half
you.
of those were from me.
That's crazy.
You know,
The
make
rest were from my
yourself
mom.
known. If you are actual real people and not just Garrett, jerking off to his own voice, then please
Well, you
let
know
it be
me.
known.
I got that
Speaking
voice.
speaking of Garrett jerking off to his own voice, we have a story that will come up later in the podcast, but we're just going to foreshadow it. Stick around to the end, folks.
Ooh, we're leaving it till the end. All right, so I think we beat this article into the ground,
We
and
did.
this actually moves in perfectly with the next category. So talking about animal rights activists and the crazy things they do. Let's talk about, now not all people in this group are animal rights activists, and not all animal rights activists fit with this, but it is closely related to the cause. And what I'm talking about is veganism and vegetarianism. Vastly different concepts, even though they're slightly similar. Do you think we should give a rundown on the difference, or
Go.
do you think everybody knows?
I think I got this. Hold up, guys.
Garrett, you wanna take this?
I got this.
Are you sure?
Vegetarians are basically they don't eat meat. They eat
They eat leaves,
leaves
grass,
and all that shit.
Some of them eat fish.
nuts.
Fish?
No, that's pescatarians, right?
Yeah. Some people do consider themselves vegetarians, and they still eat
Or
fish,
are they?
which is
are they,
not.
or are they Episcopalians?
They are
Episcopalian is a
I'm
religion.
kidding. I'm
Really,
kidding.
they really are not being vegetarian by eating fish, but they.
Right,
some
right.
people think it
But there's a
is.
specific name for people that just eat
Yeah.
fish.
But
That just eat fish?
well, no, they eat.
Well,
the
that's the only
that's
meat
the
that
only
they eat.
meat
Oh,
they'll eat.
okay.
Um,
I can imagine
but
that. Oh my god.
A fish all
I
day, every
eat
day.
fish
dude.
every fucking
The only
day.
way I can eat fish is through sushi.
Really?
I can't. I don't like.
You
it
don't
any
like
other way.
you don't like tilapia? Just
Well, like if it's cooked well, but it's very rare to get good cooked fish.
Oh,
Like
God.
one time,
When my mom cooks tilapia, man.
one of the best cooked fish I had, fish and chips. The best fish and chips is at Edmonds up in Pennsylvania.
Okay.
It's in Alexandria. It's delicious. Oh wait, I'm sorry. It's not in Pennsylvania. It's in Virginia. So it's down in Virginia. It's delicious in Alexandria, Virginia.
I'm
and
just
then
going to throw
the
up a
best-
huge tangent warning here.
Oh, sorry. Delicious. But anyway, back to what we were talking about.
Which is
So-
vegetarianism. And then so veganism is basically you don't eat meat or meat byproducts.
Well, anything that comes from
Anything
an
that comes from
animal.
an animal.
So like eggs, milk.
Anything, the ovum of anything with a face. I don't know. I'm just
You
using
just
Scott
killed.
Pilgrim lines.
I think you just killed the audience right there.
Didn't you know Todd's vegan?
It's like, wait, gelato's not vegan?
It's milk and eggs, bitch.
Oh, damn. Anyway, so, I mean, we all know vegans are just automatically better than everybody else, but
That's true.
what's our opinions
I've
on
never met
veganism?
I've met like one vegetarian in high school, so
One?
I have no take on this.
You got nothing? You're sitting this one out?
Yeah, you guys. I mean, Angela, you seem very passionate about this.
Garrett's getting up from the table, people.
Getting
He's
up from the
walking
table.
away.
I'm taking
He's
a break.
Garrett? Garrett.
Come
Get
back.
He's gone. He's gone, folks.
He's drinking water out of the faucet like an African child who is thirsty from days of lack of water.
You are the guys that are like, oh my god, I have to drink from the Brita pitcher that Garrett
I
has
can't drink
because
unfiltered
tap
water.
water
Tap water-
is so disgusting.
Tap water is
I'm not
disgusting.
like that. I can drink.
Hey,
tap
you let
water.
the demon out of the bottle by bringing the Brita pitcher.
That is true, but it's a fucking first world problem.
It is, but I can't stand tap water. I'm sorry. If that
How?
makes
Why
me...
is that?
I can't notice the difference.
Yeah, I don't see a difference in the water.
It's,
It's like
just-
the Jim Gaffigan joke. Oh, this is more watery than water.
it's slightly I don't know. Maybe it is all
I mean,
mental, but
sometimes
I can't do it. I can't
Sometimes
do
there
it.
is different tastes in water, like Fiji. Have you ever had Fiji water?
Fiji water's
Holy
good.
shit! It literally tastes like nothing.
Smart water? Smart water?
No.
How
No?
did we get from vegetarianism and veganism to filtered water?
Well, let me say this. My mom and my sister are vegetarians, and my sister is trying to be a vegan. So,
How's that going for her?
very well. They don't break or anything like that. My mom eats a lot of like veggie burgers and stuff.
Veggie burgers are actually pretty good.
But they do it because of the abuse happening to animals. Like, I mean, they're not like pretentious about it or anything, but they
Yeah.
see like the abuse happening, and then that's why they don't eat it.
I saw one time one of those videos. It was horrible, but then
It's
I was
pretty
like,
hard
your
to
meat.
watch.
Yeah,
It
It's
just
pretty
made me
hard to watch.
hungry
It's-
for a hamburger.
That's
yeah.
man.
I do what I always do when I watch like videos that are like supposed to be inspiring. I care for like 5 minutes, and then I just go back to regular old Garrett.
What?
Yeah, I do. Like with
Your soul isn't changed by that?
I
You're
agree,
not
though.
transformed?
Like documentaries, especially that go for an emotional angle, they only last for as long as you're in the theater. Like
That's true.
afterwards, you're like, yeah,
just
and then
go-
you're like, ah.
I know.
oh my God.
Every Michael Moore movie I see, I'm always like, I'm going to try to change the world. And then the next day, I'm like, I'm going to eat cereal all day.
Oh, Bowling for Columbine, probably one of the best.
Oh,
Michael
yeah,
Moore
fantastic.
But
But now we're turning into the Filmmakers Podcast.
Sicko's good too.
We shouldn't step on their
go on
toes.
your vegan
Great
rants.
podcast, by the way. But anyway, the only thing.
That podcast can suck this podcast dick.
No, I like the filmmakers.
fucking love the New York
they do some
accent
good
here.
work, but
Oh shit!
I just the only thing that I got with it is that it's a flawed idea because
It's like socialism.
no, yeah, it looks good on paper, but it's not. First of
It's
all,
like communism.
First of all,
let's make the
other
direct
people-
comparison from communism to veganism.
well, they are commies for not eating meat because it's America and you got to eat meat all the time. You got to eat meat. You got to eat your freedom fries and
Freedom fries.
balanced out.
That's what they call it in Congress. They don't call it French fries. They call them freedom fries.
Yes, and that
Well
was
known
because
fact.
of post 9/11.
9 lesbian.
9 lesbians.
9/11.
lesbians.
Sorry, slipped the
Set
tongue.
up bombs in New York. There's tons of lesbians. There's so much flannel clothing.
Women wearing pants. Anyway,
Suicide dyke bombers or something.
And with that offensive bit out of the way, which I would like to say I have no part of.
definitely I feel
My sister's a lesbian. I can say
with
whatever I want. I'm kidding.
yes, and I mean
Anyway, go ahead. It's a flawed system.
It's a flawed system only because the reason that you guys are doing it is for the abuse of animals. Well, there are two flaws in that. One, other people are still eating said meat,
That's
so
true.
the animals are still being abused.
Yeah, you got to change it one person at a time.
That is true, and that's why you should vote independent because even though
I was just thinking that.
yes, even though but okay, so even if that's not a point
Okay.
that should be made, the other point is that there are ways to eat meat and still be humane to animals. So why,
That's true.
Like you can buy local, and if you learn about the farms and make sure that they're farms that actually treat their animals like they used to, which just means not keeping them cramped up, letting them
Right.
letting them live a semi-decent life. They still get killed maybe a little prematurely, but I mean they do it in the most humane way. And in the end, how
kill with
much
love.
long? Well, I mean, how much longer are they going to live?
Well,
normally.
The problem is, though, most people don't care. Most people aren't going to want to take
Exactly.
the time and effort to research, what farms
Well, it's not
they
even a
come
research.
from.
It's right. There's
But
one
even-
right down the street. I bet you. There's
Even
one-
still,
Yeah,
people
yeah.
just don't want to take the time. They
It's
just
true.
want their food, and then they want to eat
It's
it.
convenient to just go in.
it is. It's convenience. But what you'll find actually is, I will say, farm raised, especially grass fed beef, tastes so much better than the corn fed stuff you
Yeah.
get in the market, and you're less likely to get disease from it. So I definitely am. I support animal rights, but I just don't support the extremism that is coming from it, especially PETA and just all
Yeah,
the
yeah.
like.
You don't like how people say they're vegetarian, and in a way, they feel like they're above people, like with
Yeah.
hipsters.
It's like the way people say when they don't have a TV.
Yeah,
It's
I
like
hate
it makes
that.
it makes
I
them
hate
better
that.
than
I
everyone
don't
else.
have a TV.
It's
If
like, I
anything,
don't
you're not.
need
If anything, you're just less informed.
Yeah, exactly. It's like that's not. How is that a good thing to not have a TV? Okay, you don't know what's going on in national or international current
No,
events.
that's not necessarily true because the internet.
I mean, I guess you can have
You can
internet.
look up everything on.
Well,
and
that's
all
true.
sort of
But
news.
the people that say they don't have TVs are people that aren't looking at the internet either.
Yeah.
Like they're like, just I'm not about the mass media.
Yeah. A person that's not watching TV isn't going to be like, but I'm on the internet 24 hours a day.
So just to wrap up the veganism, because
But
I don't want
maybe
to go on
not.
a, I don't
Maybe
want to
you're
go on a long rant. And actually, I'm going to let. I feel like I've been talking for primarily most of the podcast, so I want to actually hand it over to Garrett. for our
Angelo,
next
shut
story.
the fuck up for 5 seconds. And
Okay, I am.
and let
right now.
Garrett say something. Garrett, you're
What
gonna,
did I
Garrett,
do?
hold on for a second
Garrett.
while I defend you. Angelo, you have to let Garrett talk. All right? Do you understand me?
But I'm just so worried.
You worried
Worried
about
about
what?
what?
Wait,
What are you
hold on,
worried
Garrett,
about?
Shut up, shut up. Shh. I'm defending you.
Because okay, so he's been.
Yeah.
We've been coddling him for all
We
one
haven't coddled him.
episodes that we've had.
That's
and
true.
we need to let his
One
wings fly.
episode.
Listen,
But I'm worried.
Garrett,
I'm worried, Scott. I'm worried.
you're worried that he can't stand on
that
his own
he
2 feet.
can't- But we got to let him try.
I
Okay, and
mean-
with this, we're gonna do it.
I'm saying we're going to let him try, but I'm saying let's not give him too much at one time. All right.
I think one
Just
story
a
should be good.
okay. All right. One. Okay.
fucking
Garrett,
hate these
go
people.
ahead. Garrett, go ahead.
What am I
So,
talking about?
This is why
Microsoft
we don't
thing.
let you talk,
See,
Garrett. This is why. This is
talking
why.
about it the whole time. The Microsoft thing.
Oh yeah. Okay, so I don't know if any of you out there watch a lot of gaming videos on YouTube, but there's been a
Well,
recent.
I think they are on YouTube, so they probably were watching a gaming video right before this.
Maybe.
Probably.
Because
Unless
most-
they have a
I
life.
put it in the tags to try and
Yes.
attract that.
Most of
gaming
our
audience.
viewers are G-Bach fans.
Are they?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, I bet you like nobody. I plugged it like on my channel and like maybe 2 views. Maybe 2
Hey,
views.
that's 2 views we didn't have.
That's true.
And one of them was from me clicking on the link
That's
in the
okay.
description.
That's okay.
Okay, so if you watch a lot of gaming videos, you might have heard the news that Microsoft... So technically on YouTube, video game footage is considered copyrighted footage. It's owned by the publisher. So, for example... Call of Duty footage is owned by Activision. It's owned by Activision, who is the publisher of said game. So if you try to make money off of Call of Duty footage, they can strike you. They can give you a copyright strike, and it will basically fuck up your life, basically. So it's just these terms of service that have always been around since, 2007? Was that when YouTube came out? 2006, 2007?
When YouTube was released to the public?
Yeah.
I don't know. I was there at YouTube's creation because I'm a hipster. So,
Fucking Scott the fucking hipster.
hold on. Can you hold on for a
With your
second,
Breaking
Garrett?
Bad t-shirt,
I'm not wearing it right now. I'm just wearing a plain white t-shirt.
which is very shocking because you wear it almost every day.
I wear it when significant events are happening. But just to interject for a second, Angelo is checking Facebook nonstop during this entire conversation.
Yeah, I love how you're so intrigued with my discussion.
I wanted to give you guys a chance to talk.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. All right. So,
All right. So anyway,
How do you feel about it?
Basically, when this whole thing started to blow up, it became a great way for developers and publishers to get free advertising for their games. It's a lot of free advertising because a lot of people don't make money off of these videos, but there's a small portion that do. Now, if you want to make money off of these kinds of videos, what you'd have to do is you'd have to be associated with a sort of gaming network, like Machinima, for example. Machinima.com, YouTube.com.
Machinima.com. Right.
And that's the company that I work for. I work as a Machinima Respawn director. I'm a freelance content producer. Is a great way of putting it. I can pitch some content that can be posted on their channel, and I get paid for it, which is pretty cool. But I'm not what would be considered a part of the network where you're like a YouTube partner. But because you're underneath Machinima's wings, you won't get in trouble with people that are trying to strike you with copyright issues.
So let me get this straight. You're just better than everybody else.
I guess so. I don't know.
All right.
So anyway, Microsoft just recently enabled their terms of service for these terms of service that are like, oh, you're not allowed
We
to.
finally get to the main part of the story.
Well,
Here
I
we
had
go.
to set it up because most people are like, wait, what the fuck?
Listen,
I don't
I'm-
You
understand.
took too long,
I'm a fan
Garrett.
of 15-minute setups. I'm a fan of 15-minute
my
setups
God,
on
you
Half an Hour
fucking-
Podcast.
Shut up. This is very hard for me, okay?
Okay, so anyway, continue.
We're just
We won't
messing
waste
with
Well,
you.
time.
Microsoft just enabled its terms of service so that you cannot make money off of any of their popular games. So, for example, Halo. Halo 4 is about to come out in, November?
I think
Is it
so.
On
would
on
you like me to
voting
check?
day.
On voting day.
On voting day.
So
Yeah.
that's November 5th then.
November 5th. Oh, that's not too far from now.
No, I thought voting day was November 6th.
I will look
Either
it
way,
up.
it's still close for now. So they just enabled. So basically, you are not allowed to monetize off of any sort of Halo content. And there's
November
a bunch
6th is when it'll release.
There's a
November
bunch of
6th.
other games that they included, but yeah, there's apparently just this big backlash because there's a huge Halo community, I guess, and they get very.
I guess there's a huge
I
Halo
guess
community.
I don't
There is
associate with the
definitely-
Halo.
The
There is
condescending
definitely-
COD player.
There is definitely a large Halo community.
people like playing it. I don't
I guess it
Um,
used to be this big thing. I guess.
If I had an Xbox, I'd probably play Halo, but I
mean,
do
know,
not
I'm not
have an
gonna knock
Xbox.
it. I'm definitely getting Halo 4.
Now, what is Microsoft?
What is?
I'm kidding.
No, let's not go.
What if I was the dumbest person alive?
Well, back in the 80s, this guy named Bill Gates
Yes.
stole everything from Steve Jobs.
Wow. That was a pretty bold statement.
Steve Jobs created the mouse, just so you all know.
Oh
Just
my
saying.
god!
Steve Jobs also created life itself. Little known fact.
He was there with the primordial soup. He calls the
He
heat
collaborated
exchanger.
with God on how to make life.
Yeah,
Dude, just
no,
make
he
him just
did-
like me.
He did exactly
He's
what
like,
he did.
touch screens, and God's like, shut the fuck up.
He did exactly what he did with Woz. Actually, like he let God do all the work, but then he was the money man.
And then
was
he
the
just wore
Yeah.
turtlenecks.
He just he was like, well, God, you just didn't wear a turtleneck. That's where he went. It's like we got to innovate turtlenecks.
Yes.
All of Steve Jobs' bacterium, you can tell because they have little turtlenecks on.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anyway.
All right. So wait, why did you want to bring this up though? Because you were very adamant about.
I was
Just a
because I
topic.
thought it was, since it's YouTube related. I thought our podcast is on YouTube. It might be interesting to.
I get it.
So
I
how
suppose.
does it?
Now,
how does
mentioning-
that affect the everyday YouTube?
Well, all right. So if you
There
are
we
just
go.
a regular channel, you're not associated with anything, you don't make money off of your videos, then you're perfectly fine. Even if there's ads that are displayed on the video, so long as you personally don't make money off of it, you're good. They won't strike you down. However, if you are a YouTube partner,
Why are you bending up my Sharpie?
you can't
Scott?
do that.
This is my Sharpie, actually.
Okay, good. Then I don't care.
We just had an argument about a Sharpie on the podcast.
Sorry, continue, Garrett.
Well, if you have a YouTube partnership, then you can't do it.
Now, how much are we paying to mention Microsoft on this podcast right now?
It's like $80.
$80?
I think.
Okay.
I'm pretty
Which
sure.
is good because I think we've mentioned Machinima enough times that Garrett should have enough pennies to cover that.
It balances,
balances out.
It balances out, unless Microsoft.
Oh, damn.
Little known fact: Microsoft is way better than Apple.
Well, this is the end of P3E Podcast. We'll see you next week.
Wait,
No, it's not really the end.
we still have to tell the story about Garrett.
Yes.
Dude, do
well,
the-
no, we still have.
We have several more things.
We still have a lot more time. We have 5 more minutes.
We-
so.
We have 5 minutes.
We'll edit this down,
Well,
guys.
no, wait. Well, why did I bring? Why did you want me to bring it up though?
That's just a topic to talk about. Garrett.
I thought you would be the most qualified person to talk about
I
this. I don't
suppose.
know much about YouTube. I mean,
Let alone
I
gaming
know.
YouTube.
Yeah, the gaming. Actually, that's something we can fill some of this time with. The gaming videos. I'm going to say that. Actually, we're going to save this for next week. Let's talk about gaming videos next week
Okay.
because we don't have enough time. Because I do want to learn more about. the
Say
gaming
what you wanted to say though, just in a brief.
I don't
so I can
understand.
prepare myself.
I don't understand them.
You don't understand.
Get
But
ready.
okay, but don't say anything. We'll talk
okay.
about that next
All right,
podcast.
no, I got the perfect argument for that. We'll save it for next week. He's just writing it down now.
Okay, he's writing down gaming videos are shit, and Garrett is dumb for liking them. That's the topic for next week. People tune in.
Wow, I'm leaving. I'm
All
leaving.
right,
Garrett,
and
no.
in our
Speaking of dumb things that Garrett's done,
yes,
What's up?
this is a good thing. So Scott, do you? I think you would.
I'll tell
the
it
story.
because I enjoy telling it.
I hate this.
I've told it about 5,000 times, give or take, since yesterday when it happened. But this is just a story, kind of like relating to college life and in general, because that's what this podcast is also about. It's P3E.
All right, we can't do a 15-minute intro.
Yeah, seriously, Scott.
Let me hold on.
fuck, man?
Listen, man, you took up all the intro time. Now I got to shorten mine. It's crazy. So it's a little bit about college life, getting used to living with other people. And Garrett had a lady friend over to study, in quotes.
Study, which actually that was all it resulted.
Which is
Her-
actually
she will remain nameless, but her name rhymes with Myra.
right.
Well, really? How many other names rhyme with
I
Myra?
don't think people are going to get it.
Oh my god!
I don't think people are going to get Kyra from that. Oh,
No.
Anyway, continue.
anyway, so they were taking a time test, and apparently because they were taking a time test, that took up all the study time. So they didn't have any time for personal things like hugging
Yes.
And shaking hands.
Shaking hands. Oh,
Shaking-
you were going for shaking hands.
shaking
you
hands.
Slut. You slut,
You're a
Garrett.
whore.
I'm
Dude,
calling Garrett the slut.
I
not-
sell out
okay.
so easily.
Anyway, continue.
So, so I come in the dorm, and Garrett's in the other room by himself. And Chris is walking over to the other room because Kyra has. Sorry, I just keep saying her name because she has left the build. She has left the building. It's just Garrett over there. So we're like, oh, it's safe. So
Garrett's got the door locked, and I
Right.
can't get around.
Right,
so
right.
I
The
have
door's
to go
locked.
through.
The bathroom door's locked. Angelo has to pee, so Angelo knocks on the bathroom door. Hears nothing.
Yes.
So he takes his keys out.
Little sound effect.
Yes, unlocks the bathroom door, opens it, and what we see is Garrett hunched over
With his pants,
with his
a
pants
quarter of the way
pants
down.
a quarter of the way down. He's holding his private area with both hands in like a crab-like state, like squatting down, backing up away from us, going, "What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck?" And needless to say, Garrett was
in the
jerking
middle
off.
of a personal project.
In the middle of a personal project, otherwise known as jerking off.
But here's the kicker though. He was not in the bathroom.
Not in the bathroom,
He was on his bed where he could have used his foot to close the door. But instead of doing that, he stands in front of the open door and then closes the door. It was probably one of the best moments of college life so far.
It was honestly really dumb because I live in the same room as he does. I was not in the room or made aware of this at all, and I had a key to said room.
Oh, he did have his key. You thought he didn't have his key. I remember Garrett thought you didn't have your key, so he thought he was good to go.
No, because you were knocking. You usually.
Yeah, I left my key in Angelo and
All right,
Scott's
so
room.
you know,
I cannot communicate the level of. I don't have words to describe it. How funny it was to see Garrett backing up.
Yeah, guys,
squatted
it was
down,
fucking hilarious.
backing up in the middle of jerking off, and then he comes in. He's like, "I lost it, guys. I can't get it back." But it was. I mean, it brought us closer together. Let's be honest.
It was a bonding session.
And I
It was
hope it's
bonding.
brought you closer to us. And
Yes.
sadly, we're going to have to wrap it up, guys. We're actually a little bit over, but
We're
only a
gonna
few
have to wrap it
seconds.
up.
So,
We're
but
gonna have to wrap it up.
do you
seconds.
think? Do you think
if it
we've,
goes over 30 minutes, even by a
You
second,
can let this go to 35 minutes.
do
Let's
you,
just
do you
continue
think?
with it.
Well, actually, let's do a little assessment. We're 2 episodes in, not very far, but so
ask
far,
for feedback.
So far, what do you guys think? Do you think we're improving? Do you think?
I think it's good. It's getting better.
I think it's gonna be. I think
I think
it'll get. I
this
think
one's
it'll
better
get
than the
funnier.
first.
So please stick with us.
Leave your comments.
We're gonna
in the-
leave your comments.
Fax us your comments.
We love that you guys are watching, but we need that feedback. That likes.
We fucking hate you.
If you
God
don't have a
damn it.
YouTube account, oh excuse me.
Wow, that came out of you.
Holy shit!
That slipped out of you. It's like that.
That fart slid out from underneath.
It's like
oh
you
my
were
God.
surprised by it. You didn't even feel it happen. You were like, "Oh, is it me
Oh, is that-
farting for the past 5 seconds?"
Well, isn't that embarrassing?
You're like Ben. You just like let him rip.
Oh
Jesus.
my gosh!
Anyway, so leave your comments if you like the fart jokes. Go for the fart jokes. We need comments. We need feedback. So I
you
hate
have
to
any-
sound like the typical YouTuber.
If you have any interesting articles, send them in.
Yeah, if you want to hear something on the podcast, definitely do that.
Yep.
Write it in the comments. Send it to the. Do we have the email address linked to it?
P3E Podcast at gmail.com.
Very easy to remember. And
Very easy.
Except I never get on it.
and we're now broadcasting from the common room of
P3
With
Of
a
P3E.
small audience of 3 people
actually,
for 5
should we-
seconds.
Should we start inviting like audience members? Or we do
the
want
audience members?
We want to invite guests, but maybe audience members they can be quiet.
Do this
But-
You know, someday we ought to do this without the sign.
yeah,
and
just
then-
let people flow
And then
in.
when someone walks in,
that's
recruit them
the
to be a guest.
Yeah, let them be a guest. I like that. I think we'll do that. So what do you guys think? Do you want to do that? Do you want to?
Oh my gosh! If you don't know what we're laughing at, then rewind the podcast because it was pretty hilarious. Chris and Angela have no idea what we're talking about, but you guys do, maybe.
Probably.
Oh God, I'm
Sorry, we didn't
slightly
mean to
nervous.
undermine that entire thing. I'm sorry.
So
We just
yeah,
overtook that.
definitely we should do that. We should take the sign off. Let people walk.
Let people come in.
And
The
then
people, we know no one on our floor. We're kind
Yeah, we
of
really don't.
Well,
isolated.
me and Ben do. We hung out with
Well,
Eugene.
actually, we know like
Gino?
1 or 2.
Gino, yeah.
We know 2 people.
I think we should get Gino in there.
Maybe.
He can talk about
We know several people.
lacrosse or other things.
we have friends on the floor. I'm exaggerating,
there's
of course.
Dan.
Dude, I
There's
mean,
Hassan.
Dan's
we could-
hilarious.
Dan would be great. Dan would be
hilarious.
great.
There's
We-
Hassan.
Duncan, Josh, Hassan,
Hassan, yeah.
Mike.
We might need another microphone.
Yeah, Dan's a pretty big guy. He needs like 4 mics.
Yeah,
guys,
we might-
hey, Scott.
we might
Hey,
need
Angela.
another microphone.
Yes.
But
Hello.
that's neither here nor there. So
That's the impression of Dan.
I'm liking the new location too.
I like it.
Yeah.
We have more room.
And we're currently at 35 minutes, so
Give or take. So now
Give or take.
can we wrap it up?
Now
We'll
it's
wrap
time
this
to
up.
wrap it
Let's
up.
put a
I
little
don't-
bow on it.
I think it's good, and hopefully we get more polished as we go on. But please bear with us. We're hoping that you're having as much fun as we are. And thanks again for listening to P3E, the podcast that uses double the kids.
So you can't, I'm in charge of slogans next time because
Explain that. Just explain it just for the end here.
Yeah, okay. It's a reference to the Crusades. All right, look it up. The child wars in the Crusades. And we are